Okay. Do you want me to hit my 4 then?
Mm-hmm.
So this might be the next most other than Omar Cooper Jr. at 2, and then Casey Concepcion at lower.
This is
Yeah,
gonna
Owen's
roll
about to
into
hate
mine.
on Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah.
Oh no, really?
Wide receiver
oh, my
4 is
God.
Carnell Tate.
Not again.
My last second round grade I have on wide receivers. It's
You have
high
a second round grade on Carnell Tate?
All right, hold on. Sorry. My one board that I'm basing this off of is film grades. With the position multiplier, he is 21st on my board with a first round grade.
That's still disgusting. Oh, my God.
I like the player. And I
No, you
the
don't. You
problem
hate him. You
is-
think he's undraftable.
The problem is I have the same grade on him now, maybe like a half point or point more than I did when the season started, which was I thought he was a really top end number 2 kind of guy who's going to win as a vertical receiver who has size and sneaky speed because he's very good with his long strides. I think he's up there with Sarad for having one of the few guys in this class with like an elite trait, which is going to be his head fakes and shoulder fakes on deep routes to make guys bite and get open deep.
He
doesn't
does
have
it
to be
all the
fastest guy.
time.
Yes, and coming into this, I think where he gained ground with me a little bit was that I think he expanded a lot more in his short to intermediate game this year. For me, what I'm still holding out for is he's not not an elite athlete. He makes it work, but he's not an elite athlete, especially after the catch or just having burners. As well as maybe I've not seen enough, but I remember when I still had access to some of my advanced film and advanced stats. He had like RIP. He had 11 total contested catch situations last year, and then in the first half of the season, it was another one where he was like in the low 10s, maybe even still single digits by the time. It's just he created so much separation, you could say, that he didn't ever have to be in contested catch situations. But
It's such a bad thing.
If I'm going to draft a 6'4" wide receiver, I need to know he's going to win me some 50-50 balls.
How dare he get open? How dare he get open?
I'm not saying he should never get. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that if you're gonna be that size and you're not gonna be this absolute burner Calvin Johnson, Mapletron freakazoid that can just run away from dudes at that same height, you're gonna have to win some contested catches above the rim, and that was never his calling card. All the majority of those contested catches that I watched, which I watched every rep because there wasn't a lot of them, were over the middle in traffic, not over the top, attacking above the rim. I think he maybe had like 1 or 2 plays like that, which were successful completions from what I saw. And that was, again, before the second half of this season. Maybe he evolved into a totally different player by that point, but he's missing that element of his game to really be this elite, dominant, top 5 draft pick.
So, Carnell Tate, I'm going to spit some numbers at you, and I can't state their description in terms of like what you're saying with are they over the middle or outside or whatever. He was 12 for 14 on contested catch opportunities. 12 for 14, Owen. That is what translates to an 85.7%. And how dare he? How dare he get open so often that this number is so low? You know what we're going to do? We are going to punish this guy because he's such a good separator. And he gets open so often that, you know what? Undraftable. We're gonna call him undraftable and go from there. This is ludicrous.
I'm telling you, 13 or 12 of those 14 were over the middle when there was a linebacker breathing down on him. He had to make a tough catch over the middle because he was going to take on contact. It's not
he only
him
made one.
above the rim.
One. I can point to 2. I know 2 off the top of my head.
There you go, 2. That's what I said. He got like 2.
I can just 2. Like, I'm not saying that there's not any more. He did the same exact thing twice, and I'm not saying it was an above the rim. And like, I will give you that. I don't see necessarily like the above the rim, toss it to the corner of the end zone, let him go up and get it. I don't think that's his play. Here's where like I have seen him make those contested catches though, because I think it is really fun for him. You take a look at him, and he did it once again versus Texas, where he hit a really nice shoulder fake, which you talked about. He's really good at a really nice shoulder fake and then was able to burn the cornerback up high. Of course, saying underthrows him and makes this extremely challenging catch for Carnell Tate. What does he do? He's like, all right, well, I'll bail you out on this one, Julian. Boom. And he gets it falling backwards with a defensive back in his
Like,
face.
you need to
and he's like, "I'll
raise
get it."
your hand.
And he gets a touchdown. What's your question?
Was this
before I go
corner?
to my
Was this
second one?
cornerback Malik Muhammad, who I have around 6-7 grade on?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
Because I'm also a big hater of him, and if that's the case, that's not impressive.
I could stand in front of a guy if
You
they're
almost
falling
got
backwards.
new to be speechless.
If they're falling backwards, I'm standing in front of you, like blocking out the sun, and you're making the catch, going back. He did the exact same thing versus Penn State. It was on the other side of the field. It was like a 35-yard throw on the field. Once again, he beats the cornerback, gets up high, open, and Sand just underthrows the ball yet again, and he does. It was like mirrored image. And that's two of them, which you're like, oh, no, those are stupid contested catch situations.
I'm not saying he can't do it, but the fact that he only did it like he has 14 on the season as a 6'2.5" wide receiver in college football. He should have more.
This is like getting angry at a cornerback for playing 600 snaps in a season and only having one pick because there was only 5 balls thrown his way. Like, how dare he only have 1 interception? Because he did such a good job of covering the opposing wide receiver.
So, Owen, I have a contested catch question. So
yes.
If we use the general, I don't want to say argument, but the discussion point of contested catch is something that doesn't translate well from one level to the other. Do you buy that if you're a good contested catch guy in college, that's not necessarily something that's going to translate at the NFL?
Yes, I think no, I think it does translate because you have to remember all these NFL players are also college players. Like if they were getting contested catch wins in college and then they face that same dude in the NFL, it's still the same guy he played in college. It's going to be it's a lot less of a window of going against Big 12 corners that aren't getting drafted. You're going against top draft picks every single time. Yeah. So I think it can translate. If you hang your hat on that consistently, that's where you have a problem.
That's the
problem. For me, Tate does everything. He's my wide receiver 4 with a borderline true first round grade, because he's a great receiver when it comes to separating and attacking down the field. And I do think he has good body control and and good hands. But I think when it comes to asking him to elevate, because he's going to be in more than 14 situations in his rookie season in the NFL where he's going to have to win a contested catch situation, and it's not going to be just over the middle traffic balls. It's going to be on the outside. He's going to be an X receiver. He's going to be on the outside against Pat Surtain and against Sauce Gardner and against Kamari Lassiter, and he's going to have to make these catches, and he didn't prove to do it consistently in college.
Okay. Well, I like the way you put it better the second time.
Yes. Sorry. That's
okay. That's what we're here for.
I want to, I'm going to piggyback off that, and I agree with Owen. I think that, Quentin Johnston is the perfect example of this. You can be a contested catch player, but you can't only be a contested catch player and be like a high value wide receiver. I think it's going to go back to Malachi Fields. I love Malachi Fields as a contested catch player. You talk about a guy that can go above the rim, that can win downfield and can just do so many dynamic things. He's not a separator, though. He's not going to be able to win in a lot of versatile situations. He's going to win with the go ball down the field, and that's it. And I know Owen probably even thinks less of him in that regard. Yes. I'm the high man, and I think Malachi Fields, I've got Fields with a late round 3 grade, and I think I'm probably one of the more generous guys on him. But he's a guy that he does that really well. But I'm not drafting him in the first round because he does it really well. And I think that's the problem. Going back to Tate, I think that Tate does win in contested catches really well. I don't think that necessarily his calling card. And I think that he does so many things really well. I think while he's not necessarily the greatest athlete, he is a very smooth athlete. When you ask him to be an effective route runner, he's nuanced and he's able to pair that that understanding of the game with that adequate level of athleticism. He's an above average athlete. He's going to be able to get the job done. And he understands exactly how to win. He's got phenomenal hands. He had a 0.0 drop percentage this year, which is something you absolutely love to see. When you take a look at him as an effective target, and this is with Jeremiah Smith in the exact same offense. He had yards per route run of 3, which is a ludicrous number. And it's a really, really, and I know Owen's probably seething over there because he's like, he always gets the cornerback ones. He always gets the cornerback ones. It means Tate's just like facing these scrubs like Malik Muhammad who can't cover anyone. But he is really able to be an effective player when you put him up still with that. And one of my notes I said last year was he's got to be able to show out when he's not paired with Travion Henderson and Will Howard and
Emeka
Egbuka and all of these guys. And obviously, like, Jeremiah Smith's not going anywhere, but like he was still able to have a phenomenal season. Like, I don't know. For me personally, I don't know what more I would have wanted Carnell Tate to do other than like gain 10 pounds of pure muscle and like just throw a guy 5 yards across the field on a stiff arm consistently, where I'd be like, yeah, no, this guy's great.
I think the Jeremiah Smith thing, I think he's an elite number 2 receiver. He is T. Higgins. He is, name another one. He's Devonta Smith with AJ Brown, like not the same type of player, but like he's that level of like you don't know who the true number 1 is because you have 2 guys.
Disgusting and slander. All right, put your money where your mouth is. I'm not asking for a draft pick. I think that would be unfair. Put your money where your mouth is. Rookie contract, jersey deal. Better rookie season buys the jersey for the other player or for the other person. If Omar Cooper Jr. has a better rookie season than Carnell Tate, I will buy you Omar Cooper Jr.'s jersey and send it to you.
Oh, no, don't. Owen's about to take your money because Omar Cooper Jr. is going to the Rams at 13 overall.
We don't know that. We absolutely don't know that. I'm
Carnell Tate might go to the Chiefs.
Owen thought he was taking my money last year with Matthew Golden, and look who's rocking a freaking Matthew Golden jersey right now for the Packers.
I thought you were wearing a Red Wings jersey.
Not right now, this instant. That was a figure of speech, Jim.
I don't know about that one, Jim.
Does anyone else do that, Jim? Where they just quote Romo? Or no, is it just us?
No, that's just you guys, but we're good.
So many lost opportunities.
Did you see Jerry imitate me a couple weeks ago on the podcast?
No, I heard about this. I haven't gone back. You guys told me about it last week. I gotta go back and watch it.
It's hilarious.
All right, is the bet on?
Yes, I will take that bet. Are we counting injuries?
No, if there's a
per game stats.
No, if there's a significant injury, it's off. Let's do that because like even then. So are we doing it by yards?
Could we cap it? Are we going to cap it? Well, hold on. So we're going to cap it like 10 games. You have to play minimum 10 games for it to count.
I would say
10 of 17.
I would say minimum. Yeah, minimum 10 games. Minimum 10
games. 10 of 17. And we'll
because of injury. Because of injury. It can't be because your ass sat on the bench and you didn't do anything. I got
it here. So to factor in catches, yards, touchdowns, all of that, fantasy points.
Okay.
PPR fantasy points.
Yep. PPR fantasy points. Whoever's higher, the other person will buy that player's jersey for the winner.
Deal. I'm in.
Sweet.
And this time you won't get a 22 golden instead of it changes his number.
Dude, the 22 golden is so clutch. I'm so glad you bought it for me early and not late. I love having the 22 golden.